Evil Dead 2 is not only my favorite Evil Dead movie out of that franchise, it's probably also my favorite Sam Raimi joint. I feel like in this movie, he expressed his filmmaking creativity the best out of all of his films. And it's interesting that that would happen for basically a remake of his first movie. But anyway, it's not a perfect movie, so I'll go ahead and get the negatives out of the way because there's less of those. There's some stop motion in here that doesn't blend in well with the rest of the environment, and it looked really cheesy. I mean, even from 1987, I mean, they tried. I'll give them that. And then everybody else but Bruce Campbell, I did not care about. They really weren't interesting characters. They were kind of just there to get killed off. I wish they had a little more character. They do have good facial expressions. I'll give them that. So that kind of added to the comedic value of the movie, but as far as having character, no, not really. And that's about it for the negatives. So now on to the positives. I love all of the makeup effects and the blood and the gore, and I love the comedic tone that they brought to a horror movie. The comedy horror is very well balanced in this movie. It's like Sam Raimi knows that horror and comedy come from the same place in your brain, and he utilized that very well. And that's especially apparent with Bruce Campbell's character. Pretty much every time he's on screen, I'm either wowed by the special effects that are going on around him or laughing at his performance because it's amazing. And I also love Sam Raimi's directing in this movie. Like, I feel like every single camera setup was motivated because there are so many different types of camera angles and zooms and dollies and like weird lens choices that work really well. And that's kind of what I mean, how I said earlier, this movie is the best example of him expressing his filmmaking creativity. It's like he definitely knew what he wanted to do with the camera before he even started rolling. And I really appreciate that about him as a director. Also really like the Three Stooges influence that comes into Bruce Campbell's character. Every time I watch this movie, I can't help but laugh at it. It's amazing. I remember watching this as a kid, actually, and being both scared and laughing at the movie. So the fact that Sam Raimi is such a good director that he can make a horror comedy that appeals to a kid, a rated R horror comedy that appeals to a kid, I think that really shows to his directing as well. He knew exactly what tone to go for in this movie, and he pulled it off exceptionally well. Anyways, I'm going to give this one a score of 4.1164 farks out of a total possible 5.02 farks.